Well, identity theft has grown tremendously just in the last 5 years. Our plan that's endorsed by Dave, we've introduced, is now about 4.5 years old. We spent about 1.5 years in development, and the amount of activity related to people becoming a victim of identity theft, the data breaches that are occurring, has just grown tremendously. It's become really a staple of what most people have to consider as an element of protection that every household should have in place. The main problem that we have out there is identity theft is much broader than what most people consider. Everybody wants to focus on identity theft being either new account fraud or some type of misuse of existing credit card. So a lot of people have focused on purchasing plans that are credit related, that credit monitor, that do fraud alerts. But the reality of it out there is that first of all, our information, if you stop and just think about it, we're your personal information, which is your name, date of birth, social security number, and it can expand all the way out to mother's maiden name and a variety of information. Think about all the different places that it's on file. I mean, besides the fact of where you may keep it, but every single time that you receive a piece of correspondence, or you go into the doctor's office, or your utility company, you call for service and they ask for your social security number, we've, over the last 40 or 50 years, have basically provided our personal information to every single person out there, every single company, every single entity, government. The fact that our information is all over the country with all different types of entities is one of the initial problems, because we can't really control who gets access to it. The reality of it is that some mistake by an employee at a utility company 1,000 miles away can expose you just as quickly to identity theft versus any actions that you take. So the reality is that some breaches occur that are totally unintentional, and then you have the other breaches that do occur by hackers, and we've seen a multitude of those occurring. TJ Maxx, Hannaford Brothers, we've even had several of the data processors for MasterCard and Visa have been hacked into and have lost client information. So the ability for an individual to actually protect themselves against identity theft is very, very small. The other thing to keep in mind about identity theft is that it occurs in places other than just financial related transactions. Everybody wants to focus on, oh, they're going to get a credit card, they're going to establish an account in my name, and then I'm going to be responsible for that. And the first advice we give to everybody is you're never responsible for the actions of a identity thief, but you're responsible, or it's going to be necessary for you to deal with cleaning it up.